Secretary of State Marco Rubio has called for Syria's transitional authorities to be supported, warning that the country could be only weeks away from the potential collapse and a full-scale civil war of the epic proportions. Also, at the hearing of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, he defeated and defended the President Donald Trump's decision that last week to lift the sanctions on Syria before the meeting of the President Ahmed al-Shara, a former al-Qaeda commander who led the rebel offensive that overthrew Bashar al-Assad in December. Also, Trump's rationale was that other countries would also help the Shara administration and send aid but were afraid of the sanctions, Rubio have explained. There was no immediate comment from the Syrian officials, even though the United States imposed sanctions on Syria in response to the atrocities committed by the forces loyal to Assad during the country's devastating 13-year civil war, in which more than 6 lakh people were killed and 12 million others were also forced to flee their homes. The State Department has previously insisted on several conditions being met before they were lifted, including the protecting of the religious and the ethnic minorities. Although Shara has promised to do that, the country have been rocked by 2 waves of deadly sectarian violence in recent months. In March, almost 900 civilians, mainly the members of the Assad's Alawite sect, were killed by the pro-government forces across the western coastal region during the fighting between the security forces and the former regime loyalists, according to one monitoring group. Also, the loyalists reportedly killed almost 450 civilians and 170 security personnel. At the start of May, more than 100 people were killed in the clashes between the gunmen from the Druze religious minority, the new security force, and the allied Sunni Islamist fighters in the 2 suburbs of the capital Damascus and the southern provinces of the Sowida. Even before the violence, many members of the minority communities were worried about the new transitional authorities, which are dominated by Shara's Sunni Islamist group, that is the HTS, that is Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. Also, it is the former al-Qaeda affiliate still designated as a terrorist organization by the United States, the US and the EU and the United Kingdom. Shara himself also continues to be listed by the United States as a specially designated terrorist. Also, although the Biden administration has announced in December that the United States would scrap the $10 million bounty offered for his arrest, despite Shara's past, Trump took the opportunity to meet him while attending a summit of the Gulf leaders in Saudi Arabia last week. Afterward, the US president told the reporters that he was a young, attractive guy, adding he's a tough guy, strong past, very strong past fighter. He's got a real shot at the pulling it. Also, adding that it has torn up the country. Shara meanwhile said that the Trump's decision to lift the sanctions on Syria was a historic and courageous decision which alleviates the suffering of the people, contribute to their rebirth, and lays the foundation for the stability